This is the Fertile Mindset podcast, where we explore all the emotional aspects of fertility to support you on your path to parenthood. My name is Sarah Holland. I'm the Fertile Mindset coach and a mother to 2 children after my own fertility challenges. I hope you find all the support and inspiration you need within this podcast to carry you forward on your fertility journey towards your own successful outcome. It's also my wish that through listening to these episodes, you rediscover how to enjoy life now and live it to the full while you wait for your baby. Now, let's begin today's episode. Hello and welcome back to episode 5. So today we're talking about other people's pregnancies. And no, we're not really talking about their actual pregnancies, but how they make us feel. When you're trying for a baby, it can seem like everywhere we look, there are pregnancy announcements, gender reveals, baby showers, pregnant bellies, and newborn babies. It sucks, I know, it really does, when you're trying so hard to conceive and it feels like everyone else has got there before you. You might wonder why it's so easy for them and so hard for you, and get especially angry when someone falls pregnant accidentally, when they didn't plan or even want to have a baby. This issue comes up so much with the women I support, and it triggers so many strong emotions. And alongside, there are often feelings of guilt and shame as well, as they think that they're the only ones feeling this way. First of all, if you're feeling like this, you're definitely not alone. It's just that it's hardly ever talked about. When women tell me how much it affects them to hear about someone else's pregnancy, they often tell me that I'm the first person they've ever told how jealous, angry, or sad they feel. And I know how it becomes normal to hide these feelings. A friend announces that they're pregnant and you plaster on a smile and say, "Congratulations," just as you're expected to do. And the pain is hidden inside, only to be released in floods of tears once you have a moment to yourself. Now, if this is your reality and you feel like you're constantly navigating your way around pregnancy announcements and bracing yourself for the next one, then this episode today is for you. We're going to shine a light on these very valid feelings, bring them out of the shadows, and talk about how to look after yourself and your emotional well-being. So first, let's talk about how surprising these strong emotions can be. Announcing pregnancy news is typically a time for celebration, and this may be how you felt quite naturally before you started to try for a baby yourself. You may have been excited for friends as they shared their news. But once you started trying to conceive and it's taking longer than you hoped, the next time someone shares pregnancy news with you, it can feel literally like a punch in the stomach. You may not have even realised how strong your emotions would be until that very moment. And by then it's too late because the emotion is unexpected and overwhelming. Once you realise how this baby news makes you feel, it can feel like you're on high alert waiting for that next announcement. Women tell me that they avoid seeing friends in groups in case of any surprise announcements, or they've approached family gatherings with caution when they knew that their sister, cousin, or whoever could be about to announce that they're pregnant. Even now, when we may not be meeting up in groups in person, I know that there can be wariness around group Zoom meetups or WhatsApp group conversations. It's such a hard situation to find yourself in. You're suddenly being told this supposedly happy news. Maybe others around you are celebrating and happy, but you can't even speak for fear of crying. And if you manage to squeak out a small congratulations, it's likely that you then can't wait to get away quickly. Other people's pregnancy announcements can truly feel bittersweet. You want to be happy for your friend, and part of you really is happy for them, but it triggers such deep sadness in you too. I heard someone recently call it a complicated happiness, and I thought this was such an accurate description. It's like there are many layers of emotions that you feel, maybe all at the same time. The happiness for them is there, but also a sense of unfairness, injustice, jealousy, anger, and sadness. It's understandable that you want to avoid this onslaught of emotions as much as possible, so you may find that you're distancing yourself from people that you know or suspect may be trying for a baby. And social media gives us additional challenges too, because you never know when the next pregnancy announcement or update or scan picture, baby photo or anything else is going to appear on your feed. These announcements are at a distance, so you're not face to face with the person telling you their news, looking to you for a reaction, but they can hurt just as much, I know. It's the same as just taking a walk or going to the shops. You know it's likely that you're going to see someone who is pregnant or with a little baby in a pram. Because now you're trying for a baby and it's the focus of many of your thoughts, none of them go unnoticed. You notice and may feel triggered by absolutely everyone you see who is in a place where you desperately, heart-achingly want to be. During my own time of trying for my first baby, I clearly remember a day when I was out walking and saw a very pregnant-looking woman. And I remember feeling a smile appear on my face and reflecting on how she was carrying precious cargo. I felt so calm and at peace and connected with this vision for myself. One day that will be me, I said to myself. Now this brings me to an idea I have of choosing or discovering your most supportive perspective or mindset when you're around other people who are pregnant and have babies. Could there be an alternative emotional reaction that is actually supportive and comfortable for you to experience? Ask yourself, what would be the most healthy way to look at this? How does my mind and body want me to react? Now, this might seem like a stretch if you can't possibly imagine ever feeling okay about other people's pregnancies. I understand, I really do. I've seen so many women torn apart emotionally by the strong feelings they experience. But having experienced it myself and now having seen it happen for many, many women, I do believe there's a way to reframe these situations, or indeed any challenging situation, so that you can feel more resilient and even strengthened by what you are experiencing. There are a couple of things to remember that can sow some seeds in our minds to help us look at things differently. One is that when we compare ourselves to someone else, a woman who you see who is pregnant or who has a baby, the jealousy or sadness we feel is only about one aspect of their life, the one that we're most focused on. But we never know what someone else's life is like exactly, even with our closest friends. We may not know what it took for them to get to where they are now, whether they've had fertility struggles too, or some other struggle in their life that we're not aware of. It's like our mind is playing tricks on us, saying that that person's life is perfect and if only my life was the same, when in reality there are probably many aspects of their life that you wouldn't want to swap for. Another thought that can be helpful in a somewhat surprising and even funny way when we find ourselves thinking it's unfair that they're pregnant is that there are more than enough pregnancies to go round. Just because she is pregnant doesn't mean that you can't be too. She hasn't taken away your chance, and there's no limit to the number of babies to be born this year. Now, I know this is obvious, but sometimes when we state it out loud, it surprises our mind to hear this so simply put, that we can relax a little and focus back on ourselves rather than expending all that emotion and energy towards others and their situations. And you know, I believe that you can get to a place where other people's pregnancies can be a positive prompt, a reminder of what you are moving towards, a reminder that women fall pregnant every day, to even enjoy being around pregnancy and new babies, soaking up all the energy of them. Let a smile grow in your heart or show on your face. You may even find yourself go looking for them, not in a creepy, stalkerish way, but just to enjoy noticing the pregnant women and babies in your neighbourhood, and let a secret smile and thought say, that will be me soon. This was one of my own mantras when I was trying for a baby. It came to me quite naturally, and you're welcome to try it on for size 2 and see if it works for you. Another thing that I would say to myself when things weren't going well on my fertility journey was, someday, somehow, I will be a mother. Now, wherever you are right now with these ideas, I really want to encourage you to acknowledge and work through all the emotions you feel. Because once you do this, it doesn't have to take too long at all, but you'll then be able to connect with your own natural, most supportive mindset. And when you see pregnant women and babies, your mind and your thoughts will go to a naturally supportive place. Now, the best way to do this that I know of, and what worked for me and the thousands of women that I've supported with my fertile mindset coaching, is using EFT, emotional freedom techniques, also called tapping. I have a free online class that you can watch now, which will teach you exactly what tapping is and how to use it to support you on your fertility journey. You may have already watched this, but for this issue, the emotional challenges triggered by other people's pregnancies, this is the perfect area to focus your EFT tapping on. Now, if you just choose one example to start, maybe the most recent pregnancy announcement or the one that has been the most challenging or difficult for you to hear, and you use EFT on the emotions that come up, you'll notice that not only do you feel better around that person, but it could also help you every other time you hear about a pregnancy or a new baby that's been born. Why don't you give it a try? Because you have nothing to lose and a huge amount to gain. Women have told me that when they've used EFT on these situations, they feel completely different around their pregnant friends. And also they feel more confident about setting boundaries if they need to. So that could mean not going to every baby shower, gender reveal, baby naming ceremony or christening or first birthday party. Yes, the invitations might keep coming, but you can decide if you want to go to any of them. And you can make these choices with grace and confidence. So let's go over a step-by-step process of what we've covered here today to help you with this most challenging of issues. First of all, acknowledge how you feel and why you feel the way you do. Don't push down the feelings or deny them to yourself that you have them. You're not alone in feeling this way. Every woman who has fertility struggles feels similar to you. Next, don't settle for an emotional state that is unbearable. Use a technique like EFT. If you don't know it already, you can learn it for free with my online class in the free membership level of the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. That's found at fertilemindset.com/sanctuary. Next, explore creating a reframe for these situations and maybe a mantra or phrase to say too that will come forward when you most need it. That could be something like, "That will be me soon," or "That's what I'm working towards and I'm looking forward to being pregnant too," or "Someday, somehow, I will be a mother." Next, feel confident in setting boundaries. Skip baby showers or other baby-centered celebrations if you need to. And lastly, and above all, be kind to yourself. No one is experiencing the exact same situation as you, so your emotions and ways of reframing them will be unique to you too. So don't blame yourself for anything you feel or slip into those feelings of guilt or shame. Above all, remember, be kind to yourself. Now, I have mentioned already about the free level of membership for the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary, and I know that a lot of our podcast listeners are signing up and enjoying the class and the free resources. I wanted today also to let you know that alongside the free membership called Bud, there are 2 paid levels of membership called Blossom and Bloom. They start at £29 a month and both give you access to a huge collection of fertility support resources as well as direct support from me in various live sessions each month. There are EFT videos inside the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary specifically on this topic of other people's pregnancies. And if you're a paid Blossom or Bloom member, you can access them within the private Facebook group. Just go to Topics and choose Other People's Pregnancies and you'll find several tap-along videos there. I also wanted to remind you about our next Sanctuary monthly masterclass, which is also available in the paid membership levels. It's taking place on the 21st of January, and it's going to be all about creating a new year fertility plan that works for you. I'm really looking forward to that session, and I'd love to see you there too. Once you're a free member of the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary, you can choose to upgrade your membership at any time by logging in and then going to the account section. If you have any questions about this at any time, feel free to reach out to us at support@fertilemindset.com. Now, I hope this has been a useful episode for you today, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. I'm so pleased you're listening to the Fertile Mindset podcast, and now I would love to invite you to join us in the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. The Sanctuary is my fertility support membership, which is focused on taking care of you and helping you enjoy your life while you wait for your baby. In the Sanctuary, I'll guide you through using an amazing technique called EFT or tapping, and you'll soon be feeling less stressed and more joyful. If you're not already in the Sanctuary, do come and join us today, because the best time to start receiving support on your fertility journey is always right now. Honestly, it makes such a difference to have good quality emotional support and techniques that you can pick up and use yourself whenever you need them. Go to fertilemindset.com/sanctuary to join us today. I look forward to hopefully seeing you there and at the next episode of the Fertile Mindset podcast.